Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you outgrown the space in your home? Perhaps you have a work from home lifestyle that has been created by COVID, and maybe your employer has directed you to go ahead and stay home. Well, I'm Realtor Bert Taddei, and I want to explain this video a little bit more about the process of what we go through, in terms of purchasing a home and, of course, selling the current property simultaneously. So before I try to oversimplify it and say that it's a very easy process, no sweat. I mean, I'm going to tell you no sweat because I've got a ton of experience in this space, and I want to tell you a little bit more about the process. So first of all, we need to make you a buyer before we make you a seller. And here's why. Because here we are in January of 2023, and while a lot of folks think that the market has softened to a point where everything is sitting, it's simply not true. Because if a home is well priced and it is move-in ready, it has the right amount of upgrades and some wonderful curb appeal, as well as a terrific school district, it's going to sell quick. I've seen multiple offers in this market. Just a few weeks ago, it happened with some buyers I was working with, and it was a home that had been sitting for, I don't know, a month or something, and here come a couple offers. You just never know. So what I'm going to recommend is that we make you a buyer before we make you a seller, right? Because we don't want to leave you without a place to live. And then, of course, all of the complications that could arise if this buyer is ready, willing, and able. However, they're not willing to wait for you to move, right? So what we're going to do is, in other videos, I've talked about my Perfect Home Finder program. So that is a way by which we spend our marketing dollars on you, the buyer, and we take all of your criteria, your must-haves, and everything that you'd like to see in the perfect home. Even if you think you're too picky or that special house doesn't exist, we can use our marketing dollars to help you find that. We're going to go comb through the courthouse records to find all of the right homes that would match your criteria based on what you've told us. And at no cost or obligation to you, we put our marketing dollars to work. We go into the community and we go find those properties for you, both online and offline approaches, by the way. My marketing team goes to work, for the online stuff, and we also do the offline as well. Either way, we're going to help you find that house. We've done it many times before, and we want to help you do that as well. So once we identify that house, we're going to tell the seller that you're flexible in terms of your move schedule, what that looks like, and we'll work with the seller, right? Thereby enticing them once again, to work with us as opposed to on a pre-market basis, right? A pre-listing basis, off market, as opposed to, them wanting to move forward by listing the home. Because presumably the homeowners that do reach out to us are those that have had a notion to sell. They just haven't pulled the trigger yet, so this makes the process so much easier for them and eliminates the need for a full-blown listing campaign. It's just you and the seller, myself in between, kind of brokering the deal, if you will. We're going to offer them a fair price for their home. We're not trying to steal it, and it's going to work out for both sides, and they're still willing to pay our commission. So that's how we start out. First of all, that's how it works. Then, of course, it comes time to selling your home. There are a multitude of ways that we can do that. We use a marketing-based approach once again. I'm a realtor first and foremost. I have terrific experience and knowledge of all of the state forms in Texas. However, I'm a marketer first and foremost, right? Or I should say secondly, right? Realtor first and foremost, but a marketer, right? And the marketing is the vehicle by which we help our clients, both buyers and sellers, enjoy a terrific degree of success. So we're going to use our marketing programs to get the home sold faster, for top dollar, and with the least amount of hassle. And the other thing is that we also work with an investor, a nationwide investor, who can also pay you cash for your home. So you can get an upfront quote for your home, full market value, and it's fullpricehomesale.com, and offer code 2295 corresponds to me and the local representative, if you will. I don't work for them, but I mean, and I would actually they represent themselves. I would still represent you in the sale of the property as well, and we of course would work out our fee through them. So you can take that full price home sale offer, and which is often made, on the spot, and of course within so many days they can tell you, when we can close. Uh, you can skip the showings as well. You don't have to get your home in a make ready condition. And of course, you can skip repairs and all that kind of stuff, which is, incredible flexibility. But it also makes you more flexible for whenever you buy that house that I was telling you about that we'd be looking at. So the other thing is that with a approaching a home sale in this market, using my off-market approach, this Perfect Home Finder program, we're going to eliminate any kind of pushback in terms of contingencies. A home sale contingency is whenever you want to buy this house, but it's contingent upon the sale of your current property. And what we saw 6, even 8 months ago in the former market is that we were getting a lot of pushback from sellers, and they wouldn't even consider those type of deals, right? Because the contingency, they thought it was too risky and that it could fall out of play, out of contract. The home, when their buyer is going to be selling their house, and they had their realtors whispering in their ears, "Now you don't want to do that," and just now, not only are they willing to do that, but even more so with my Perfect Home Finder program, because again, it doesn't even come up as an issue. So you might be asking yourself, okay, what about interest rates? Well, if you have a need to move or a desire to move, right now would be the time to do that. Because again, we're starting to see, because the demand has slowed. And remember, everything in a free market society is governed by supply and demand. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, right? So that's why I said at the beginning of this video, a well-priced home is going to sell, right? Therein lies, the art, right? So what is that? Well, is that good price? Well, we're going to do a lot of, searching for empirical data to find that right price for the new house as well as the sale of your current home. But either way, we're looking at a situation where while the demand drops, we could see some challenges there as time goes on, and if interest rates continue to rise, we'll see more inventory on market. And when there's a glut of homes, more homes than there are buyers, again, supply and demand says that your price is going to go down. So right now would be a really good time for us to kind of explore that opportunity, that option. And in terms of the interest rates, going back to that subject, I have other videos that I've made, and the impact of the interest rates and what that looks like, especially they keep going up. But right now, I mean, basically, and don't quote me on this because I'm not a licensed mortgage lender. I'm licensed in real estate. I'm a broker associate and realtor in San Antonio. So generally speaking, those interest rates as of today are 6.25%. Okay, is it higher than what it was, 2 years ago? Sure, it's not, money's not, as cheap as it was at 3% or whatever. But let's just assume it's double what it was, a couple of years ago, even a year and a half ago. Let's just assume that 6.25 is still well below the historical average from 1971, when Fannie Mae began tracking those rates until October 2022. The historical average is 7.76%. So still well below the average. And another concept I've talked about in other videos is we want to date the rate and marry the house. That's right. Let's help you find your perfect home now, and then and get into the interest rate that you can get. We'll help you shop around for that, because you'll be a ready, willing, and able buyer, and we'll get you into the correct status, right? To be able to enjoy the good degree of success. However, if that opportunity comes up in a couple of years, we don't have a crystal ball, whenever that is, that rates do come down again, then there's obviously the opportunity to refinance. And as far as the market crashing, don't count on that, because I've heard some folks say, well, I'm just going to wait till the market crashes. Why would it crash? There's a ton of equity out there. This is not 2008, because those were loans that were defaulting based on the homeowners, the borrowers, being underwater, right? They didn't have a lot of equity because of all of those predatory lending practices that we were seeing at that time. That is not the case. Because of Dodd-Frank, and the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau that oversees all these things, as a watchdog arm of Dodd-Frank. I'm telling you right now, the checks and balances are in place. So there are stringent guidelines for lending over the last 10 years. So you're not going to see that many defaults. In fact, folks are going to be in a very good equity position. So we're not going to see a crash. Don't wait for the crash, guys. If you're waiting for the crash, your home, might, as I mentioned, if there's supply and demand, your home can continue to go down in value, and it's going to take a couple years for it to even come back up again, and then of course to appreciate even higher than that. And we're talking, anywhere between, 2 to 6 years. So right now is the time. Again, date the rate and marry the house. Let's find the perfect home. Maybe it's a dream home, maybe it's a trophy home, whatever it is you're looking for. And for that matter, guys, even if you're downsizing, maybe you're going through a divorce, maybe you're an empty nester. Your kids are out of the house like mine almost are. And you're looking to downsize. That's a possibility too. And you know what? Everything we're talking about here, same principle, whether you're moving up or moving down in price, we can make that happen for you. So I'm Realtor Bert Taddei. That's it for now. Hopefully that this information has been interesting for you, and that you find it to be a really good resource. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, DM, text, whatever's easy for you. I'm more than happy to chat with you, but at the same time, if you don't want to talk on the phone, I understand. Most people don't want to talk on the phone these days anyway, so just shoot me a quick message, and let's see what we can do to help you out and answer whatever questions you have. I'm Realtor Bert Taddei, and that's it for now.